All right. Hi, Appleby. Welcome to the virtual middle school chapel service. Since we can't be together in person, we wanted to do the next best thing, which is a Zoom campfire. So gathering close behind your computers and maybe even share in on our outdoor camp experience today.
I wanted to take the time to introduce to you our theme today, which is respect. Now, the word respect can take on many different meanings, and all are completely valid. It is also important to note that what I consider respect might be different from what you do, and that's okay too. To me, respect means celebrating the differences that exist in each individual and recognizing the beauty that comes along with it. Respecting someone can also happen for many different reasons. You can respect the achievements they have, the way they uplift and support those around them, as well as recognizing and respecting the journey that they have taken that makes them who they are today. At the heart of respect is caring. And now more than ever, it is important to practice self-respect and take breaks from our very busy online schedules. This means knowing your boundaries, holding true to them, and respecting your strengths and weaknesses in this time. Our theme of respect also lines up with a very important part of our country's heritage. This February, we can all practice respect in its different meanings by taking part in the programs that Applebee's put forward to celebrate Black History Month. I encourage you to take the time to celebrate the many achievements and contributions of Black Canadians who, throughout history, have done so much to make Canada the culturally diverse, prosperous, and beautiful nation that it is today. As a community, it is important to continue to work towards creating inclusive learning spaces while respecting and celebrating the differences of our diverse student body. Now, middle school has prepared a video for you all on what respect means to them. I hope you enjoy.
We at Appleby College acknowledge that these lands on the shores of Lake Ontario are steeped in Indigenous history. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabe peoples. Most recently, it has been part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation for being stewards of this traditional territory.
In Washington, D.C., at a metro station on a cold January morning in 2007, a man with a violin played 6 Bach pieces for about 45 minutes. During that time, over 1,000 people went through the station, most on their way to work. After about 3 minutes, a middle-aged man noticed that there was a musician playing. He slowed his pace and stopped for a few seconds, and then he hurried on to meet his schedule. After 4 minutes, the violinist received his first dollar. A woman threw money in the hat and, without stopping, continued to walk. At 6 minutes, a young man leaned against the wall to listen to him, then looked at his watch and started to walk again. At 10 minutes, a 3-year-old boy stopped, but his mother tugged him along hurriedly. The kid stopped to look at the violinist again, but the mother pushed hard and the child continued to walk, turning his head the whole time. This action was repeated by several other children, but every parent, without exception, forced their children to move on quickly. For 45 minutes, the musician played continuously. Of 1,097 people that walked by, only 7 stopped and listened for a short while. 20 more gave money, but continued to walk at their normal pace. The man collected a total of $32.17. He finished playing and silence took over. No one noticed and no one applauded. There was no recognition at all. No one knew this, but the violinist who was playing was Joshua Bell, one of the greatest musicians in the world. He played one of the most intricate pieces ever written, with a violin worth $3.5 million. 2 days before, Joshua Bell sold out a theater in Boston where the seats averaged $100 each to sit and listen to him play the exact same music. This is a true story. Search it up. Joshua Bell playing incognito in the DC metro station. It was organized by the Washington Post as a part of a social experiment about perception, taste, and people's priorities. The question is, in a commonplace environment, at an appropriate hour, do we perceive beauty? If so, do we stop to appreciate it? Do we recognize talent in an unexpected context, or only give respect to those that are established? If we do not have a moment to stop and listen to one of the best musicians in the world playing some of the finest music ever written with one of the most beautiful instruments ever made, how many other things are we missing as we rush through life? How many incredible things slip past us when we're too busy to respect and celebrate beauty?
While it is important to be learning about respecting others, we also need to learn to respect ourselves first. There is an old Cherokee legend that lets us talk about finding balance within the mind. It can be hard to learn to accept our weaknesses. Sometimes we may even let them take control by feeding into doubts and insecurities. In these times, it is important to remember that we are all made up of many parts, both good and bad. By understanding and respecting, we can decide which parts of our mind we want to feed. Here is the tale of two wolves.
There's a story, usually attributed to the Native American tradition, which illuminates different ways of paying attention. An elder, talking to a child, says, "I have two wolves fighting in my heart. One wolf is fearful, vengeful, envious, resentful, and deceitful. The other wolf is compassionate, loving, generous, truthful, and peaceful." The child asks, "Which wolf will win the fight?" The elder responds, "The one I feed." That doesn't mean we try to deny or hurt or kill the angry wolf. If we did that, we'd end up in a long battle, all the while somehow making that wolf more powerful through our hostility and fear. Hating that wolf sucks the strength right out of us. Instead, we calmly pay attention to the angry wolf and let go of believing they have the answers. If we can do that, they end up lying down next to us, no longer an enemy. We help strengthen the kind and loving wolf, giving it nourishment and support so that we can follow it. That peaceful wolf can become our steady companion and show us the way through all kinds of different life experiences. Restful or chaotic, enjoyable or disappointing experiences may come and go, but we can have a guide with us through it all. This is what mindfulness can help you do. Mindfulness allows us to see our thoughts and feelings as they are beginning. It's very powerful to know what we're feeling as we're feeling it, know what we're thinking as we're thinking it. With mindfulness, we can choose what will strengthen and bring into action, and we can choose what we will gently let go of. We don't have to be at the mercy of old habits or old ways of thinking or old ways of being. We are empowered. It just takes practice.
Respect by Dawn Wilson. Respect is a lesson everyone should learn. Respect must be given and accepted return. Respect is something that is given for free. Respect is about us and never about me. Respect is the basis upon which relationships are founded. Respect is the anchor that keeps a person well grounded. Respect builds character and defines who we are. Respect sets the standards and raises the bar. Respect is magnanimous and helps to fulfill. Respect is like a partner that sits with goodwill. Respect is like honey, so sweet it's perceived. Respect, a taste to savor, for when it's received.
Hi Appleby. Today, I wanted to talk to you all about the importance of respect during the pandemic. Navigating between respect and COVID-19 has substantially taken over all of our daily lives over the past year and has given us an unfamiliar perspective on basically everything, while also teaching us to be appreciative of our small freedoms that we had in our previous routines. These freedoms could be walking into a classroom without your mask on, or having lunch with your friends at the dining hall without the plexiglass in between you, or even traveling to sports games on the bus with all of your teammates and singing songs at the top of your lungs. However, as we transition to our new normal, we must be able to recognize that this is a journey in which challenges will arise along the way, and we have to be as flexible and open to change as much as possible. So, why choose respect? In all fairness, the virus that causes COVID-19 hardly seems like something that is deserving of our respect. After all, it is the reason for taking over more than 10 million people ill and leading to 500,000 deaths worldwide. Well, we are without a doubt going through a tough period of time where it can be very easy for us to escalate anxiety and crave the need to go back to the comfort of following our old habits that essentially lack safety measures. but there is absolutely no room for impulsiveness if we are going to overcome this pandemic together. By doing the smallest acts, such as wiping down your desk after class, keeping your mask on at all times, and maintaining social distancing, you are choosing to take an action that is protecting and is respecting of everyone around you, and essentially showing that you care about them. This applies for your coaches, your teammates, your teachers, the Sodexo staff, basically everyone you interact with on a daily basis at school. Personally speaking, there are so many events that I miss so much taking part in throughout the year as part of the Appleby community, such as Canadiana Weekend and homecoming events and going to sports games and singing at the top of my lungs in chapel with all of my friends. But I am certain that if we work together, we will overcome these unprecedented times and be able to take part in these precious moments once again. This is not the first time the world has faced a challenge like this. And once again, if we come together and be respectful and mindful of our actions, we will be able to move forward. I think that we can do this, Appleby. So please, 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 next time you do something, whether how small or big this action is, please be respectful and mindful of your actions in regards to the pandemic. We can do this, Appleby. I believe in each and every single one of you. We've got this.
I hope that you enjoyed our camp-style service. Remember to be brave and share who you are while treating others with respect. Thanks, Appleby.